Hey friends, I'm here today to break down how James McMurtry goes about playing his great song, These Things I've Come to Know, from Complicated Game album in 2016. This is by request of Mark Covin. So Mark, thanks a lot for watching and for your request. Hope I can help some folks out here today. First things first, we're in double drop D tuning for this tune. So it's D, A, D, G, B, and D. And for this tune, we're just going to kind of walk through it front to back because there isn't really anything he does exactly the same twice through the song. It's a little bit different through each of the verses and kind of chorusy things. So let's just take one section at a time. What I was just playing there at the open was the intro to the song. So let's talk about our main positions here, the main shapes we're going to be using. First, we'll be using the main D home position here. Those two spots, you can do it with your first two if that's more comfortable for you, or first and third, depending on what you're going to be using your other finger for. My hand just kind of naturally goes to the first and third position. Then there's the G chord. And by the way, there's a link in the description below to my little how-to on the double drop D tuning in general that James uses, so you'll get some more info on these shapes. The G. Then there's also going to be an E minor shape that we use. So a normal E minor would be like these two, but you got to add that one because we're down. And get all that great jangle. And then finally the other chord we'll be using, sort of the A, plus or minus jangle, your call. And there's two other things we're going to be doing. One is this thing that was in the intro, but also... Now let's talk about this. This is first finger here, third string on the, what is that, 5, 7, 9 position. Second finger on second string, 10 position. And then you hammer up with the third finger in the intro, but also in between verses he uses this same shape and adds the little kind of a sus thing on there. Now you can do that with your pinky if you want. Or you can just stretch with your third finger. When you're up this high, it's not that big of a stretch. I tend to just do it with my third. Okay, and then the other sort of little riff phrase that we'll use is a walk down from the G to the E minor under certain conditions, but also during the end of the chorus, straight to this A shape. So that's pretty much all the chording. There's this guy, that guy, that guy, that guy, and then the walking down and this thing. So let's go. Let's walk through the song now. The intro. So that's the main D shape to the G, to the A. One time, the second time is okay. So what I did there was, you can add that flourish if you like. It's kind of there in the studio recording. Alright, now we're done with the intro. We'll just jump straight to the first verse. She'll spend $1 quick as a dime. She goes commando most all of the time. She writes a fine prose, I'd have to say finer than mine. These things I've come to know. These things I've come to know. Alright, a lot going on there. We're using pretty much all of the the little shapes that we just talked about right out of the gate. So we start with she'll spend $1 as quick as a dime. goes commando down to the A. Down, 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 down. So there's a little walk down thing we talked about, starting at the G. Down, 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 down to A. These things I've come to know. One walk down, then straight to the A. These things I've come to know. Into the flourish. So that's there's some jumps there. You probably want to practice going from here to here. That's why it might be better actually to be on the 1 and 2 here instead of the 1 and 3 like I'm doing, because I got to switch fingers as I move up. But if you're in that already, you can just whip that baby up there. All right, now we're just going to go straight into the second verse. Very similar, but you can add a little something here if you want. She likes to two-step. She likes to waltz. Now here's where you want to be on 1 and 3, because you can, if you want to add that kind of a flavor to it, make it sound maybe just a trifle Celtic kind of. Up to you to put that in. I tend to when I'm playing it on this verse. She likes to two-step. She likes to waltz. She likes to tango, no matter the cost. Okay, pretty similar to the first verse. She likes to spin till it leaves her a little bit lost. These things I've come to know. These things I've come to know. So that verse is almost identical to the first verse, except he usually does add that little. But that's up to you. Okay, now we're going to go into basically the first chorus. He uses this more than once as well. So we're going to be starting here. Same 3 chords, just a different sequence. I don't know what made me so brazen and bold. At the time I was feeling so wasted and old. Now he's going to use that walk down thing again. But I can't dance alone, but sometimes I can flat rock and roll. Alright, very similar to the end of the verse. These things I've come to know. These things I've come to know. And then he goes right back into that same thing. It's kind of a bridge maybe at this point. I don't know. I'm not worried about labeling what the sections are. But he goes back to that. You can yell at the top of your lungs for a round. The lady in the ship, she'll suffer no clowns. If you're wondering if the tattoo goes all the way down, and just let that hang. And then into the last verse. She can change her own fuse. She can fix her own car. And here I do that thing again. Back down a drunk and run him out of the bar. She don't scare easy, but she can be pushed too far. So that same walk down thing again. These things I've come to know. And straight to the A. These things I've come to know. And I just played that out. And I like to leave it hanging there on that sus thing, you know? Don't pay off. Make them hang. All right, so those are the main sections. You got that intro thing, you got this, you've got the walk down to E minor, and as the ending part of the verse, you walk down straight to the A. And then there's those bridge things, where you just basically flip the sequence of the chords. I hope this is helpful to you. I love this song. It's just one of my all-time favorite James's tunes. And I hope this helps you learn. And if you got any questions, comments, go ahead and drop them in there. I'll be happy to answer. Y'all take care. And shameless plug, I'm doing this on the 18th of March. Tomorrow, the 19th of March, I'm live streaming myself for an hour or so. So please come on by and join. Take care, everybody. Thanks for watching.